Hello, 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 and welcome back to another moon ceremony. I'm Safrianna Lughna, the queer spirit guide, and as always, it is a delight to tune to the moon with you all. Welcome, Wendy and Lisa. So good to see you here live. And whoever is watching us in the replay, know that this space is always held for you, and these energies are always still quite potent for around 3 days after. So, whenever you're watching this, know that you can get something out of it. So, we are here to celebrate this full moon in Libra. And oh my gosh, it has been a an interesting corridor of time. If you've been following along in my personal journey, you know that I've been going through a lot of life changes on my own end recently. And this full moon in Libra is really inviting us into what we need to balance in our life at this time. And of course, it being Libra, and Libra is such a sign that is associated with relationships and Venus, we are being invited to look at our relationships. So, if you know, you know, timely circumstances on my end, I invite you to look at this on your own end and really sit with what are you being invited to balance or asked to balance in your life at this time. So, before I get ahead of myself, just in case this is your first time coming across me, like I said, I'm Safrianna. I'm a druidic priestess. I have been doing ceremonies for about 20 years now, and I love being live here on YouTube and offering these freely so that no matter where you are, you can have an opportunity to drop in with yourself and be here present in this moment. And you don't have to out yourself. You don't have to leave the house. You don't have to participate in any way that you don't want. So, every ritual, I will go through an energy update. We'll set some intentions. That's what you need a journal for if you would like to jot down your observations. Then we'll do a gentle sound energy clearing. I will lead a guided meditation visualization practice, and then I will pull a few cards for the collective. So, like I said, full moon in Libra, really asking us to look at these main three themes right now: balance, relationships, and self-worth. Just three light subjects, right? And balance is such a complex topic to begin with because it's largely a myth that we can live a balanced life. Work life balance is a myth, right? Having a perfectly balanced schedule or balanced body, it's just not a thing that we can obtain often, but it is plausible. So, it's plausible to dip into moments of balance or to have moments of rebalancing where we realize, sure, it might not really truly look like even scales. This area of my life might be up here and this area of my life might be down here, but I realize I actually want to add more to this category and I want to take away some from here. So, balance can look not like balance and harmony, but rebalancing our equations to find something that's authentic to us. So I really invite you to be with this idea of just, again, like I said, what are you being asked to balance or rebalance right now? Where are you being invited to do something differently, take something from over here, add it there, just kind of recalibrate in some sense. And with regards to our relationships now, especially at this full moon, and it being a full moon in Libra, it's a great time to look at our partnerships, at our relationships, at our friendships, at our family relationships, just at how we are relating to other people and asking, does that need rebalanced in any way? Is there any way that we're showing up differently in relationship as we move forward? It being a full moon, it's such a great time to do some energy clearing and to let some of these things go. And then on that note of self-worth, where are you really struggling maybe to step into your next level right now would be the invitation I'd invite you to pay attention to, because we're in the year of the fire horse. We are, I believe, if not today, then very, very soon, we're emerging out of the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. So when we're out, but we're still in the shadow period, it can kind of feel a little sluggish. But we are coming up on a recalibration time where we're going to feel more self-worth coming in. We're going to feel more sense of self coming in. We're going to feel more opportunities that are aligned with us coming in. But right now, we're a little bit in the stick of it. And the full moon is asking us again to clear that, to be with it and to clear it so that we can actually move forward, so that we can have this rebalanced equation that we're looking for as we step boldly into this next chapter. It's like the energies of the fire horse year and all of the beginning of the year are finally starting to take root now that it's spring, right? That's kind of the energy we've been playing with, is it's been building and sinking and rooting down, but it hasn't landed fully yet. So it's coming. So, with all of that in mind, what are your intentions for the next 2 weeks or so? And I'm going to post some intention setting statements for you all. But think of what you're letting go of, what you're committing to, what you're choosing. And you might jot these down in your journal. I'm going to also jot them down my own in my journal here. But with these themes of balance, relationships, self worth, recalibrating how you are showing up, and I didn't mention this yet, but reconnecting with your creativity as a part of this season too. What intentions are here? And you're always welcome to share them in the chat, send them to me in an email, or keep them to yourself. And you might have several intentions. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. So, balance, relationships, self worth. What are your intentions? As you begin to tune into this, you might notice what I call the blips, the voice that comes in that says, we can't have that. We're not allowed to rebalance in that way. Relationships can't work out for us. I'm always going to be stuck, or I'm not worth anything. Any little nagging voice that's coming in, any part of you that's feeling like you have low self worth, we're going to gently be here with them and invite them to clear this energy. So you can continue writing. There's always the full invitation to be in your body, to take notes, to tune into whatever you need to tune into. But if you can be here with the breath, allowing the inhale to call you home to yourself, and the exhale to release anything that you no longer need to carry. Maybe viewing the breath as a balancing of the equation. Equal inhale and equal exhale. Beautiful. A commitment to more time, to making art, taking better care of myself too. Beautiful, Wendy. And I love that. How do we call in more creativity to our lives right now, and more gentleness, better care for ourselves? How do we be committed to ourselves and committed to relationships that nourish us and expand in life with us? And how do we make room for more self worth, for a healthy self worth, not an overinflated sense of ego, but an ego that knows how to be human, an ego that also knows we are divine too? Inhale, exhale, nice and even. If you want to play with that, equal parts calling yourself home and letting go of anything that's not you. And if it feels good to do so, I invite you to bring in a little bit of physical movement here, maybe wringing the body out by twisting the spine or shaking the hands out, just letting anything go that needs to be released right here, right now. And just remember, as we move towards our guided experience that you have full permission to be you. That's part of what this chapter, this era is all about, is stepping into you, more and more of you, so that you can shine your light and you can do what you're meant to do out in the world. So that you can show up embodied as love in the world. And that is very much how I see this Libra invitation coming through, is to show up as more love in the world. So, as we drop into our guided practice, just a reminder, if you've been with me before or if you're new, that you can have your eyes opened or closed. You can completely drop in and follow along with me, or you can go off on your own journey. You can pop open your eyes and jot something down in your journal anytime and then drop back in wherever I am. There's no right or wrong of this. And you might receive information through visuals, audio, sensory input, a sensation, an idea. There is no right or wrong with that either. So we'll begin as we begin simply by tuning back into the breath. Once again, returning to that energy of balance here, seeing if it feels good to play with an equal inhale and exhale. Just find your rhythm, what feels good in your body, and let it be nourishing and balancing. Balancing both hemispheres of the brain, balancing your right and left body, balancing your own inner force of divine masculine and divine feminine, your divine inner union of structure and flow, of light and shadow, dancing in tandem. And we'll drop from the thinking mind down into the heart space, dropping in slowly and expanding our awareness of whatever brings love to mind in this moment. Perhaps remembering a recent moment with a loved one, an animal companion, or Mother Nature. Or just imagining yourself surrounded by a sea of little animals. Got to meet a little chihuahua and a little baby goat the other day. And if I think of that, it brings so much love to my heart. So just whatever opens love in your heart here, allowing that to blossom. And a portal begins to open in your heart space, standing at the bank of a river. So, in your own time and way, as this portal opens, allowing yourself to step out onto that bank before the river. And just take a moment to land, to witness what's here, what's around the river. The river winds far into the distance, so far that you can't see where it's going. But just notice what you can see here, or feel here, or sense here. And then a guide appears at the mouth of the river, beckoning you forward to meet them. So just taking a moment to notice who's here for you. And if no one immediately makes themselves known, just know that there is an ancestor here for you. And you might ask who it is. But being with whoever is here, whether one or more guides, they beckon you to the river. And they explain to you that this is the river of love. This is the river of ever flowing love. And they'd like to invite you to flow down the river. So just notice at first what feelings come up. as you think about getting into the river of love? Do you feel excited, apprehensive, worried you're going to drown? Just notice and make space for what's here. And your guide or guides are with you, and they show you how you can get support. If you feel like you need some sort of raft or a vest or buoys or a bubble, whatever you might need to feel supported, or you can just jump right into the river if that feels good to do so. But finding your way into the beginning of the river of love and settling yourself down and in for the ride. If you're fully in the water, you might simply begin to notice how the water feels on your hair, on your skin. And if you're in some kind of craft, you might put your hand out so you can feel the water, feel the currents as they begin to cleanse. And then you and the guides are flowing down the river, feeling the movement, feeling the bends in the way, feeling the unknown path unfolding before you, carried by love. The water is the perfect temperature, refreshing you, revitalizing you, expanding you into a sense of even more love. And if you can't experience that, just know that it's happening subtly, that the seed is being planted and that it will bloom in its own time. But there is this expansion of energy occurring around you as you are carried through the water, as you are carried through the river of love. And as you wind down the river, you begin to notice that you are cleansing, you are releasing the air billowing by you, and the breeze as you flow down the river of love is picking up residual, sticky, stagnant energies. The air is picking up that which has caused you to feel unbalanced. It's blowing away the stories that say you're not worth it, wisping away relational dynamics that no longer serve you. As you're flowing down the river of love, you can feel your body beginning to clear of some of what has held it heavy. Old narratives you're still playing, old patterns that you're ready to break. You feel these leaving, you feel them energetically lifting, making more spaciousness in your body so that you can begin to create something else, something more harmonized with who you really are and where you're going. As you're carried down the river of love, flowing, 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 gently flowing down the river. Just allow yourself to be in this love, bathed in the river of love. And then suddenly you emerge on the other side of the river and feeling completely free, completely safe. You find yourself soaring through the air, soaring over the edge of a cliff that you had no idea was coming. And though there's a thrill in your stomach, you know that this is good for you. And as you look down, you see just a vast ocean of love, of joy, of peace, of play, of pleasure, of freedom, of vitality. And as you plummet into that water and bounce right back up like a cork, floating right on top of that ocean, just allow yourself to receive whatever you can. You cannot contain all of this love. There is so much. There is so much joy and play and pleasure and fun and dynamic energy and experiencing and knowledge to gain. There's so much to be in and be alive with. There's just so much here that you can't take all of it in, but you are surrounded by the opportunity. You are bathed in endless possibilities to play and to be in this joy, this love, this dance with life. So, whatever you can take in of it, know that that is perfect. You don't have to take it all in. It is a vast sea of love and possibility and play and pleasure for all the people of the world. And as you anchor in and you take your part, as you rebalance your equation, as you take in enough for you, you can be able to really give back and to help others as they request help, to be there for people in relationship and have them be there for you too. You take in that you are worthy of your part of the collective. You are worthy of your part of this sea. So, receiving what you need to receive and just noticing your guide or guides being here with you in the water, completely free. And as you look up from floating on the water, you can see just a perfectly clear sky, this vibrant color, this deep dark blue or bright blue, just this perfectly clear sky, whether it's night or day. Noticing what you see, noticing that endless possibility reflected back. All the stars in the sky or the vast expanse of blue, all the possibilities. What do you want to pursue? What lights you up right here, right now? What's nourishing you in relationship with yourself and others? Floating on the sea, on the ocean of love and possibility. Just receiving the energy, the emotion, whatever's here. And these affirmations, taking into every cell of your being whatever healing you need, whatever love you need. You are worth it. You are worth it all. If your soul is calling you to it, pursue that. If your soul is calling you to it, listen. If your soul is calling it to you, if it is being magnetized to you, embrace it. Allow yourself to receive the love that is here for you. Allow yourself to be deeply nourished through all of your being by the beautiful love that is here for you. May you receive the joy of reciprocal companionship. May you receive the joy of loving yourself well and caring for yourself well. May you receive the joy of having permission to rebalance your equation when you need to, not needing it to look some perfect way or be 50-50 or just so, but whatever you need, whatever you need. Allow yourself to listen, not to what you think you need or are supposed to need, but to what's really true to you. You have the opportunity to drop in and listen. And if it feels good to do so, you might set an intention for yourself to do just that moving forward, to set some time or space aside to listen, to clear the noise, to drop in. But just know that this is a start, being here and listening now. So as you float on the ocean of love, listen, Is there any message your soul wants you to hear? Is there any message your guide or guides want to offer you? And then just right here, right now, human in the ocean of love, what do you want to offer to yourself? And then just releasing this experience, gently taking with you whatever you have gained, any messages you've received, knowing that you are so worth it, you are so loved, and you get to pursue the life that you want to pursue. You get to keep moving in the direction of caring for yourself so you can give back in the way that you want to give back, so you can light up the world in the way that you want to light it up, so you can have the impact that only you can make. Just allowing this to bloom in its own time and way. But for now, letting it go and finding yourself buoyant and able to float right up into the air, riding on a slipstream through the air, all the way up and back, seeing that river, seeing that bank, and finally that portal again. And with just one more moment of gratitude for yourself, your guides, and showing up to do the work, you can return through the portal of the heart back into the body. And maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. And if the eyes are not already open, gently blinking them open. And taking the opportunity to look around your space. Do a nice little no tiger twist. Mm. So, as always, if you want to share anything in the chat, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I do want to shout out my Heartbeat community. That is a place, it's a private community where you can come share art. You can share pictures of nature. You can share divination and magical things you're doing. You can talk about these moon ceremonies and what came through and just be in community. So if you want, you can always come over there and share things in more detail. But let's see what the Oracle has to say for this full moon in Libra. Ooh, you saw your grandfather. It's really interesting that you saw your grandfather because I was just doing readings the other day, like for the collective, and the grandfathers were there. So fascinating that. I'd love to hear more if you want to share later or now. So these are our cards for the collective for this full moon in Libra and what it's offering us, the wisdom, the message, the downloads. And I am pulling tonight from Angels and Ancestors, a Kyle Gray deck, which just feels appropriate because the ancestors do feel like they're here. Oh, he was always so fun and silly. I love that. Yeah, I feel like there has been a lot of energetic transition post eclipse, post Mercury retrograde. The last full moon and new moon kind of felt like they were amping up. This full moon is like a almost like a settling. There's an acceptance that's here. And I feel like the ancestors are like, hey, you got this. So let's see what the cards have to say. First, we have Oracle. Wait for important information. So I feel like this actually goes hand in hand with something that was coming through earlier. We're right on the cusp of action. We've planted some seeds, but the full action isn't here yet because we're all still waiting for some form of important information. So if it feels like there's a missing piece before you know how to move forward, yes, take this as affirmation that that is so. There is more information that needs to come through for you to really get the clarity on what is the correct next move or the message your soul's trying to get through, or there might be circumstances involving another person, especially because this is coming out in the full moon in Libra. There might be information from another person that you're waiting on, that you are in some form of relationship with, that is going to influence how you move forward. So the oracle is really inviting you to pause and listen for that next piece of information that's coming through that you need to hear before you can really act with resolve. The next card is Sage. This is about being devoted and committed. So, as we find the path, there are already threads of the path that you already know are yours. You're following them, you're starting to follow them. There are these other things that you're still getting information about and you're trying to put the pieces together. That's totally fine. What do you already know that you need to be committed and devoted to? Right here, right now. What relationships, what aspects of showing up for yourself, what balance and rebalance that you need to do? What do you know for a fact right here, right now, that you need to be devoted and committed to? That is the invitation here. So the sage is really asking you to sink into your wisdom and feel what's here right now that I need to be devoted and committed to. And then finally, we have the warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. And this warrior is really, as we look at relationships, balance, self worth, how we show up in our relationships, how we're standing in our creativity or reconnecting with our creativity and what's calling us. We have to stand strong and actually being willing to follow what we want to do. It really goes back to this being committed, being devoted to what's ours to do. The warrior is saying that we need to be fearless and strong and standing in that and being who we are here to be, in keeping the boundaries that we've begun to draw and the standards we've begun to uphold for ourselves, that we need to stand in that and be fearless and strong in that. So I really think that there's just what an interesting set here between our three guides, these three ancestral archetypes who are inviting us to drop in a lot of ways and also stand strong, to listen, to be devoted, and to stand strong. So I love that message for this full moon in Libra. And I am actually feeling called to pull a tarot card for the collective, especially because with Libra is associated with air and blue. And my bright blue mermaid deck is just like screaming at me. So I'm using that as my end to pull a card. But before I pull a card from that, I just want to do my little logistical reminders. If you are not already on the mailing list to get these moon ceremony reminders, you can sign up at safrianna.com/moon. And if you like these ceremonies and you have the means and desire to do so, you are more than welcome to donate at safrianna.com/donate. But the biggest thing you can do is do the like and subscribe thing. I am so finally remembering to say this, but if you're not already subscribed, if you have not liked the video, if you want to comment on the video after the live, things like that help more people see and find these ceremonies. And that is my mission, is to reach as many people as want freely accessible, don't have to go anywhere, can watch a replay, can watch it live, multimodal ceremony, because this is my heart offering to the world. So I would love to reach more people. And next up, we have the new moon in Aries. That is on the 17th, same time, same place here. And I'd love for you to join me for that. And then Beltane is May 1st. That corresponds with a full moon in Scorpio. It's going to be a juicy time. I can already feel the energy amping up. So that is 1 month from today. If you would like to join us for that, that is a on Zoom private ceremony with me and my friend Dr. Melissa Bird. A couple of you in the chat are already in that community, and we're so glad to have you. But that is a lot of fun. We will not be having a full moon ceremony on YouTube that night because I will be in ritual on Zoom instead. But we have the new moon in Aries coming up, and then we'll be back with the other new moon after that. So What is our Libra tarot message? Ooh, I feel the card that wants to come out. The Ace of Wands. Ooh, I love this being in an air sign right now, too, with it being a full moon in Libra, because it just feels like it's going to amplify this Ace of Wands energy. Fire horse energy here too. This is really our reminder right here, right now, to land in this moment and remember that anything is possible for us. But a look at this. This is a wand with literally a fireball on the end. So we can channel this energy to be creative, or we can channel this energy to be destructive. So as we are rebalancing right here, right now, may we rebalance towards the creativity rather than the destruction. So really, again, I feel like this is just the same thread all the way through. Reconnect with your creativity, not your destructiveness, because we all have it. Not the inner saboteur, not the one who wants to burn you out, but your true creator, and channel the fire wand energy here towards creating magic, not chaos. We know how to sow chaos in our own lives, and this is really asking us to rebalance that equation. So, that is our lovingly calling ourselves out tarot message for the full moon in Libra. As always, thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much. I see you, I believe in you, and I'm cheering you on. I'll be back here for the new moon in Aries on the 17th. And until then, feel free to join me over in Heartbeat, over on Substack, or here on YouTube. I'll see you here again soon. Bye for now.